Ladies and gentlemen, where I'm at today, it's about to get really hot, so we're going to take a look at a few pictures, then we're going to jump right into the report. Let's do it. Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. I know that the background here is a little disturbing to some of you folks, so what I'm going to do to make you feel a little more at home, I'm going to add a little Delta ambiance to the scenery here. We'll drop it right down there. Okay, we got it now. All right, now you guys can feel a little bit at home. Now, first of all, you guys know I'm not on the Delta, so the first guy to guess at my location correctly, first guy only, will receive several bags of sea baits from my buddy Adrian. And you guys know I haven't been on the river since this weekend. We'll start off, we're going to blend both the stripers and the largemouth bass into the report. And they're both, it seems like they're both chugging along. This week or this past week hasn't been as good as the last couple weeks, but the fishing is there. We're still having that belated summer, and we're waiting for the water temps to really drop and kick the fall bite in. So let me read a few of the reports that came in. Then I'll give you a report from my buddy Ted and talk about one of the tournaments that I was at this week, and we'll let you guys get out there and go fishing. First report's from a striper report. It's from Maxim. He was out for stripers. He said it was lower. He's been out quite a bit, slower than the last week or so. Fished out of Lazy M. 71-degree water temps out there with about 3 feet of visibility. He was targeting striper, but he was catching largemouth, and he was picking them up on S-wavers, swim baits, and topwaters. Not a lot of big fish, but that was Maxim's report. That's about kind of what everybody was doing. You're going out looking for either stripers or bass, and you're catching, you know, both. So there's been a lot of multi-species trips. Richard from Pandemic Fishing, he went out of Buckley Cove. He also reported slow fishing. He was catching largemouth. He was flipping. He's catching stripers on jerk baits. Got another striper report from Charlie. He went up to Liberty. He had 67-degree water temps, 0 to 4 foot viz. He picked up about 30 stripers from 22 to 25 inches up to about 28 inches. He's fishing in 1 to 2 feet of water, and he was picking all those up on top water. Jonathan sent in a bass report from Holland Track, or up there, Gin Clearwater up there. A lot of big bass following his baits. They just weren't reacting. His fish that he did catch were on margarita mutilators, jerk baits, and scum frogs. Didn't report any large fish, and that was kind of the flavor of the week last week. A lot of fish, just tough to get the big ones. Naderoo, he went out of Paradise Point. He got 66-degree water temps. No reaction bite at all. He had to dead stick Cincos to get his fish. A lot of 1 to 2 pound fish, but his partner got a nice 4.5, and he said you really had to dead stick those Cincos in order to get them to bite. Jason and Eric went out from the Lazy M. They found 72 to 73-degree water temps. This is a little later in the week, so as we got that warmer weather, the water started to warm up. 2 to 3 foot visibility. That's out of Lazy M. No top water bite. They got all their fish on crankbaits, jerk baits, and flukes. They had about a 10-pound bag. Biggest fish was about 3 pounds. Victor was out of Paradise Point, 74-degree temps around there. It was slow. He only got a couple of fish. Got him on a toad and a square bill. Bill was out of Tower Park. He did an evening fishing trip. Had an incoming tide. He got 8 stripers. All of them were shakers, 8 largemouth bass, and he got them all on drop shot with a margarita mutilator. Now, Coach Ted has been out. He had some really good fishing last week, up to about 6 and 6.5 pounds. I got a picture of that one for Ted. But his trick is getting out really early. The topwater bite has been very good for as the sun comes up. Then he's been relying on chatterbaits, doing real well with chatterbaits. And he has been fishing the Central Delta, so no one particular location. He's been from Frank's Track to White Slough, up and down the channel, over around Paradise Point. I think he said he was down in Whiskey Slough. He's catching, also getting some stripers. They're boiling up all over. You just have to be around when they're boiling up. Last but not least, I was out at the let's see, Russo's Marina out at, I guess it was Saturday, and they had the Northern California, what are they calling that? The Team Bass Tournament Classic. Had about 8 or 9 teams out there. By the way, I've got a video that I came out with last Tuesday for the full recap on that. You can see what the guys caught and how they did. And the general consensus was it was good fishing. It wasn't great tournament fishing in order to get big bags. I think there was an 8.5 pounder was the big fish of the day. Big sack of the day was, I think, about 19 pounds. But everybody caught fish. I think everybody that I talked to pretty much had a limit, or they had 4 fish. Some guys had a lot of fish. They called a lot of fish. They just didn't call the bigger fish. A few guys only had maybe their 5 fish and they only called a couple. But everybody was getting fish. Everybody was saying that they were catching a lot of shorts. And it went from punching. Punching got the big fish in that tournament. Frogs got big fish, and then worms, crankbaits, jerkbaits, everything else, put a lot of fish in the boat, but just didn't get the big bites. So with that, it hasn't changed much as far as being a junk fishery. Next week, I'll try to get a report from Jeff Suhu, and maybe some of you guys that are out there striper fishing can let me know what's been going on a little more with the stripers. I probably won't be on the river this week, so I want you guys to send in your reports if you get out there. And also try to maybe get a hold of Rob and Christian this next week and see what they've been doing. So guys, thanks for sticking with me with these bugs. And like I said, the temperature is going to get hot here. And remember, if you think you know my location, hit me up. First guy that has the right location is going to get several packs of CC baits from Adrian. With that, man, I wish I was on the Delta. Where I am right now, I'll give you a little rundown. It's about 100 degrees, maybe 105 degrees. We'll call it high desert. I'll give you a little clue where I'm at. Anyhow, thank you guys for watching. Next week, I'll have a jerkbait video with my buddy Ted. You guys will want to check that out because it's going to be jerkbait season real soon. With that, go out there and catch some fish, send in a report. Thanks for watching. Good luck.